right, well, welcome everyone to the library board meeting on October the 16th. It is the 16th, all right. Easy to lose track of these.
Oh my
days,
gosh,
right?
that is for sure.
So October 16th, it is 5:06 p.m. Will you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, can we have roll call, please?
Aaron?
Here.
Gail is absent. Jordan?
Here.
Alderman Kapusta?
Here.
Tony? Here. Camille? Here. Robin?
Here.
Barb is excused. Tracy?
Here.
All right, statement of public notice.
This meeting was noticed in accordance to the open meeting law.
All right, public comment. Not seeing anyone from the general public this evening. So let's move into the consent agenda. Looks like we have two items here under the consent. Approval of minutes from the September 18th, 2018 board meeting, and place on file the most updated library financial reports. So at this time, I will entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda, please. Alderman Kapusta, thank you. Is there a second on that? Second. Gordon, thank you. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion passes. Consent agenda is approved. President's report. No formal report this evening. So we'll get into the director's report. Brittany.
All right. We have our retirement classroom coming back, so a series on financial literacy, so that's always exciting. And there are no costs to the library, which is nice. We have someone coming to talk about the state of craft beer, which is exciting, and something called Monsters Among Us, which I'm excited about, very timely. You can see I'm not going to read them all, but lots of programming. The grant that Abby and Tony worked with in conjunction with is coming to fruition. We've purchased the maker kits, and we're getting ready to start labeling them and get them ready for circulation to the teachers. We're back into the preschools. I had the opportunity to go visit one and watch the staff in action. That was exciting and chaos all at the same time. So that was cool. Fun outreach. Oh, let's see here. Our teen librarian Amanda attended a Tech Days seminar in Franklin and gave some really interesting feedback about technology and where we're going in the library world with it. So that was good feedback for me. If you look at number 4, other updates, October 22nd, the City of Muskego public hearing for the budget. October 23rd is the final vote on the city budget by the council. And then November 20th is the next library board meeting. So those things are coming up. For a 2019 budget update, I attended the council's second half of the operating budget discussion on October 9th. And the council, as I mentioned, will make a final vote on the city's budget on October 23rd. If the salary study is finalized on October 23rd, so basically if the operating budget is approved, which for the library, the impact of the salary study has been built into the library's operating budget, then I will bring that back to the library board to formally approve it at the November meeting, since it is it would be a change to the library's operating budget, but funded by the city. The Strategic Planning Committee, we are going to be meeting in October. I still have to arrange that meeting to discuss the timeline for the 2019 strategic planning process. So it's a meeting about how we're going to do it. And also the 2019 action plan and framework for the 2020-2022 strategic plan. We'll present that to the full board in November or December, depending upon how far we get on it. So that's something that you can look forward to. But we are starting that we will be starting that conversation in Strategic Planning Committee. My first Friends Craft Beer and Wine Tasting fundraiser was on Saturday. It was the first time I had attended. I thought it was delightful. Robin was there as well. Robin, thank you for volunteering. I would say attendance, from what I heard from the Friends, was down compared to previous years. The Friends and I have a debrief meeting next week to discuss, what we can do to improve that. The date did change. It used to be in May, and so, when you do something for so many years in a row and then there's a change, I think there's a disruption there. So we'll have to decide if going back to May is more advantageous for the community.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Did they sell the tickets and people didn't attend because of the Brewers game, or did they not sell? Or?
They just didn't sell as many. So it wasn't a surprise. By the time we got to the night of, the crowd that we saw was actually the crowd that we anticipated. So I can't blame the Brewers on it, although they did lose that night, so what was the point?
Yeah. More reason to come on out.
Yeah. Right. That's a good point. But it was really fun. It was really exciting to see. Aaron was there too, so Aaron, thanks for coming. It was fun to see so many people, possibly a different group of people than we normally see. Seeing the library and being able to interact with the Friends. So it was really, really nice. We have a carpeting project coming up. So October 22nd, which is next Monday through November 2nd, the staff area, including this area, will be recarpeted. So that means the staff area will be off limits to everyone. We will be working in an alternate location, but there will be that disruption. Jingle on Janesville. I'm not sure if everyone has heard about Jingle on Janesville. There used to be like a country Christmas thing that
I'm
chamber.
not on the board anymore, so this is all new to me. So this sounds like fun.
Yeah. So I've been speaking with Chris Ann in the chamber, and she was talking about how the challenge with the country Christmas is that they were seeing decline in attendance. Mm-hmm. It was outside at a very volatile time, and so she and I were talking about what could we do to help still provide some type of program or service like this. And she said, well, you put up a tree every year. What if we do a tree lighting ceremony? And I said, absolutely, the library's already going to do that. And she said she knows a Santa and Mrs. Claus. So we're going to have the Santa and Mrs. Claus come. We're going to do the tree lighting ceremony. They're getting someone to sponsor like ornaments. We'll hand out candy canes or do some type of like little craft that the kids can do there. But the thing that I'm most excited about is it's something new that the library can get involved in at the ground floor, something we're collaborating with the chamber. It's very low cost to us because Santa and Mrs. Claus are volunteers, and the tree, we already do it anyway, and it's fun to do something that's craft-related anyway, so it's an exciting thing to try out.
I'm glad to hear this because I know country Christmas has just been a thorn in the side, and with the weather, you just never knew, and less and less people deciding to be in the parade, and all that work that's put into it. And so this is great.
Yeah, always a gamble with the weather every year.
Yeah,
we've had country Christmases where it's well below zero.
Yep.
And we've had them where it's
we've had it be a
40,
mud bowl.
50 degrees.
We had it be a mud bowl the one year. I was standing in it. I was very happy to be serving cider and donuts and standing in mud.
That sounds delightful.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you never know.
No, so this is a great idea.
Yeah, let's see how this goes, and it sounds fun. So.
Is that the Saturday before Thanksgiving, or is that the Saturday after?
It's the Saturday right after. Yeah, and that was, I had asked Chris Ann, I'm like, happy to do it whenever, you just let me know when you think. They wanted to fill in that Small Business Saturday date, because they're trying to get other businesses to also have events or scavenger hunt or coupons or things like that.
Oh, this is an even better idea.
Yeah, so we're like the anchor program in that the event is happening there, but then what the encouragement is that people will go up and down Janesville and shop at the businesses and do
that's
things.
Awesome. Yeah, I was the one to always do the Small Business Saturday, and that's right.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So we'll see. I'm excited. Employee anniversaries, we have 2 shelvers that are coming up on a year, and it's almost my 1-year anniversary. So that's exciting.
Yeah, it's a fast year.
You are going to do LSTA? I'm on there.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Sorry, it's nerd time.
Yes, I did apply. Someone in the library system told me that I should try out for this state committee. It's the Library Services and Technology Act committee as an advisory state committee. They meet twice a year,
Yeah.
so it didn't seem like a huge time commitment, and it helps make recommendations to the superintendent about something really important regarding library and school library funding. So I threw my hat in the ring. Well, we'll see if they want me or not.
Cool.
So yeah, but that's wild that you were picked.
I know, it was like such
Yeah.
a shock, but
Yeah.
I think there were 6 of us. So.
Yeah, very
Wow.
cool. Very
Hopefully
cool.
I'll have a fun.
I have a question with the grant. Is that 4K through 12th grade?
Yeah, let's see here.
When I'm in
Yeah.
with her, we did it mainly K1.
Oh, kindergarten first?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it can go second, but because in pre-K, K1, maybe second. But it's really to get coding at the younger ages groups. So we have a pretty good program already for.
The top bots?
Hmm?
Top bots? Is that what it is?
That is for
Part of
pre-K.
it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that'll get them rolling. So we do code.org, and we do, each grade has a different thing, but we don't start. I just started with first grade to see how they did last year. So this will be kids that'll be nice that will come in. So everything's there. So it's a really
So then
nice
the
program.
kit is checked out by the teacher,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and it's going to be here at the library?
It'll be here, yep. And
Okay.
Abby's coming to staff meetings at the 3 elementaries, and then we'll present together about the program. And because I am around town so much, if it's a burden for the teachers, then I can just stop by and grab it for them. So it's pretty cool. Abby did a really nice job on it.
Fun collaboration. Excited. Those were the highlights of my report. Are there any other questions that I might be able to answer?
Is the jingle and jangle inside the library as well? Or is it all going to be outside?
The tree lighting is going to be inside.
Oh.
So it's the big tree we put up every year in the lobby. We're going to light that
Oh,
tree.
okay.
Yeah. So that way we're doing something we were already going to do anyway, and that way we avoid the outside weather. And we have that fake fireplace we'll roll out, and Santa and Mrs. Claus can sit next to the fake fireplace, next to the fake tree, and then kids can take photos, real photos with it. So.
All right. Well, very good. Anything else for Brittany? Any other questions or concerns?
Brittany, how did you like the common council's budget approach?
I liked it.
Anything you would change or tailor or alter?
No, I think it was very clear, and I really appreciated it, that everyone had sort of really carefully looked at it in advance, so that by the time things came to council, the questions that came up were incredibly targeted. Yeah. And so I thought that was very efficient, and it really showed that I think the council really took a lot of time, on their own to look at it. So, yeah.
If you have any ideas, let us know.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. I'll let you know. I appreciate attending because when I hear the questions you all ask, it helps me make sure that I'm, am I providing the information that you all need to look at it. So thank you. Appreciate that.
All right. Well, very good. Thank you, Brittany. Looks like we have some unfinished business this evening. So let's roll into item number 1. Under that heading, review and possible updates to the Library Board of Trustees Bylaws Article 5 committees.
I know. Wordy.
Yeah.
So this is packet page 16. I decided to write up a memo summarizing what we talked about last time for efficiency's sake. But basically at the September 18th board meeting, we reviewed Article 5, Section 1, that currently says standing committees. Generally, there are no standing committees. But we talked about how there can be standing committees, and we want to allow for that, but keep the language flexible still. And so the phrasing that we threw out there was standing committees can be appointed based on the need of the library and at the behest of the board. So we agreed, the board agreed that this was something that we should vote on at the next meeting so that it had a chance to be out there for the public to review in case they wanted to. And they had a chance to do that through the packet. So now the board can choose to vote to approve that change or not.
All right. Well, at this time, I will entertain a motion to amend Article 5, Section 1. Section 1 currently reads, generally there are no standing committees of the board. I will entertain a motion to change that wording to standing committees can be appointed based on the need of the library and at the behest of the board. So is there a motion for approval on that?
I will make a motion to approve.
Camille, thank you. Is there a second?
A second.
All right, thank you. Any further discussion? Anything at all on this controversial subject here? This controversial full change. All right, well, hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Any abstentions? All right, that motion is approved. That change is accepted. Brittany, we thank you.
And I will continue to review, again, policies and processes like this and bring it before you, just so we're always analyzing these things and making sure they're up to date. Okay.
All right, good stuff. New business, looks like we have one item under new business as well, a discussion on integrating technology into library board meetings.
Yes, so this was something, when I attended my first council meeting, which was last year at some point, I looked at how you all do your meetings with the little tablets, and I was fascinated by it because it saves so much paper every time. You know, this is a really light month. We don't have a lot of business to discuss. Sometimes they can be really thick. I mean, this is an example of when I started from October, nope, my first meeting was in November 2017 to present. This is just a copy of each of my board packets. Now, times this by all of you. So my goal would be to at least discuss today the possibility of moving to a tablet-based system where you can still review the packet in whatever format you'd like on your own time, but then when you would arrive, I would keep the tablets here, I would keep them charged so you wouldn't have to worry about bringing them or keeping them charged, but they would be here and ready. So then when we're going through this, you would just have the tablet and we could vote that way, and then we'd save paper. I'm also looking to get, I wanted a whiteboard in here more for staff meetings because sometimes I have ideas and instead of like doing a handout, I just want to be able to write up an idea up there and talk with staff. And so that was designed to help with that, although it may be of benefit to us as well if we're brainstorming like in strategic planning or in personnel. But I'm ultimately hoping to also get a projector in here so that if I needed to bring up, like let's say we're talking about the entire bylaws, trustee bylaws, maybe I could pull that document up and we could talk about it more. So I think I would like to start integrating technology, and I may have some budget money this year to start doing some of that.
Okay.
So I just wanted to get your feedback on what your thoughts are on that.
Makes sense.
Change.
Save some trees.
I was talking to you about this because we do everything on board docs for the school board. And
Yeah.
we don't have anything paper really
Right.
at all, so it's really kind of nice.
Yeah.
The one thing I was going to mention, because you're talking about possibly buying stuff, whatever, there is a rummage sale that the school board is having that is open to the public to go to. It's going to be at Muskego Elementary
Okay.
on, I think, October 25th is a Thursday from like 8 to noon. So they'll have desks and chairs and boards and maybe, projector screens
Nice, okay.
and stuff like that that you could look into.
Are you saying it could be part of my job to go to a rummage sale?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I would
Let the minutes show.
Now. We're holding the purse strings.
There's a budget involved.
That's very cool. Okay, so October 25th, 8 to noon, Muskego Elementary.
Elementary school. I guess that's where they're housing everything.
It's very strange when you go in. I was sent to get something for a principal over there, and it's just, when they first started emptying the schools, they just put it all over there. And so you could hear a pin drop, and it's kind of spooky.
Kinda
in it
eerie.
anyway.
Yeah.
And then, so now they have it all organized in different areas. So there's a lot of stuff.
Perfect. Well, I will be there. I will definitely check that out. Thank you.
I serve on the zoning board of appeals as well, and we use the, it must be the same as what the common council uses, just the tablets. And those work out really nice. If we can maybe integrate that into our board meetings and start to get used to it. Yeah, really nice setup, and I imagine over the long haul, saves money on paper and other miscellaneous office supplies, and certainly cuts back on killing trees. So.
And just time printing. And
Well, yeah,
the
Sure.
person's
right,
jobs and
right.
stuff.
Yeah,
And the
labor
ink,
hours.
and the paper, and everything.
And certainly some people prefer print copies for a variety of reasons. And so if someone would still ever prefer a print copy, I would absolutely still provide that print copy. But, every little bit does help.
Right.
So.
Have you talked to anyone at like City Hall or other departments looking for ideas on how to integrate technology better, or?
That's it's really just from observing the council, and so I think if I got feedback from the board that was something you guys were amenable to, my next step would be to talk to Jake and IT and sort of get recommendations on what type, what has worked best, and any issues that may have noticed. And certainly, Alderman, do you have any?
I think it's a great idea, but remember to have Plan B. Because
Right.
one night none of it worked.
Sure.
Oh, boy.
So
Okay.
that Plan
Not bad.
B. Yeah.
That would be the paper version then,
Yep.
No,
right?
I think we went to just throwing something up on a screen that day.
Okay.
Sure.
No, we couldn't
That's
pull
what
up
I
the
would say.
addendum or the supplemental, but at least you got Plan B to look at the
Yeah. That's
pieces
a
you're going
You
through.
might even look to see if like the school board's getting rid of some Chromebooks and stuff.
There you go.
Because then you don't even have to
sure.
pay for
By the
Chromebooks.
time they do, they're pretty
Mhm.
shot. After 4 or 5 years, they're
Yeah.
Maybe
I
I
don't
would-
know. My kids have lasted quite.
have they?
Yeah.
Not a lot of them, the batteries, but
Yeah, I would just say follow up with Jake.
Yeah. I will. Okay. All right.
All right. Well, good stuff. Thank you,
Thank-
Brittany. Any other questions or concerns on that topic? Observations or anything? All right. Well, thank you again. And it looks like we've reached the end of our agenda. Communications and miscellaneous business is authorized by law. Anything under that?
Just want to mention so that this was a light meeting. The next couple meetings we will be discussing, depending upon when strategic planning, when we talk, we'll be discussing the 2019 action plan in either November or December. We'll be potentially approving the adjustment to the operating budget regarding the salary study. We'll be talking about the strategic planning for the next 3 years. So those topics are coming up at the next couple of meetings. My evaluation will be discussed at the November meeting. So those are the types of topics that are coming up. So.
Did we skip under number 2 under consent agenda?
No, I think Aaron kind of put them all together.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, that's usually how it's done under that heading, consent agenda.
Did you have a question on something?
I didn't,
Oh,
but
okay.
Yeah, usually everything that's listed under that heading is
Gotcha.
approved in one swoop, unless you want to pull like any particular agenda items out. So, yeah. All right. Well, at this time, I will entertain a motion for adjournment, it looks like.
Motion to adjourn?
All right, Tracy, thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Alderman, thank you. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? We are adjourned at 5:29 p.m.
Wow.
9 p.m.